Hi guys, welcome back to New England Fire Cooking. I'm Aaron Higgins, and today I have some Cheetos mac and cheese. And to be perfectly honest, I didn't know that these existed. A buddy of mine posted a picture of it online, and I originally thought it was a joke. And I sent him a message and I said, "Is this for real?" And he said, yeah, you can get them at Walmart. I never knew that. Maybe I've been the one living under the rock or something. But anyway, I figured I'd just give it a try more out of curiosity than anything gourmet or whatever. As you guys know, you've seen me make mac and cheese on this channel before, and we usually don't go with this box stuff. We usually get our pasta, we make a roux, we grate our own cheese, and we make everything from scratch basically. But I really wanted to try this just because I thought it was funny. As you can see here, we've got some extra flaming hot Cheetos. We're gonna crush that up and we're gonna use that as a little like crumb top on top of this, just for the heck of it, really. And we figured we serve it up alongside some good soggy hot dogs. We figured if we're gonna go Gutter Palate, we might as well make it the Gutter Palate Special. That's what I'm gonna call this. And this is certainly a little bit of an experiment. I've never tried this before, so I really don't know if it's any good. But I know I like Cheetos as a snack, and I can't imagine them being terrible with mac and cheese. One thing I gotta say though, just by looking at the package, I like that they use spiral pasta instead of just elbows. The spiral pasta really helps trap the cheese sauce in there and just make it nice and cheesy. So I like what I'm seeing there. So kudos to Cheetos for using pasta that holds the cheese really well. I like the looks of that. So without further ado, we're gonna get this going here. And the first thing that we wanna do is we wanna fire up our grill. We're gonna run right around 350 today. And I'm gonna use a Traeger for that just because it's a little bit easier. It cooks a little bit more evenly, especially because we're gonna bake this after we cook it. And I want to get the hot dogs rolling. I want to get some good smoke on those hot dogs. We're not going to cook hot dogs in a pan. We're not going to cook them on another grill because they cook really fast. So I'm going to slice them. I'm going to get them on the grill. I'm going to let them get up to temperature. And by the time this is finished baking, those hot dogs will be perfect. And we're going to be doing 2 boxes of these today. So without further ado, I'm going to get my hot dogs sliced, and then I'm going to get the Traeger fired up, and I'm going to get them right on. Stick around. So this might seem like common knowledge for a lot of you guys, so just bear with me. But the way I do this is I put a nice X on each end, okay? Just like that. And then I just put a couple slices, anywhere between like 4 and 6 slices, right in the middle of the hot dog. It's gonna open up as it cooks. It's gonna get some really good smoke flavor in there, and a little bit of this fat will render out. And for these hot dogs, what I've decided to use, I've used a bunch of different hot dogs. The big jumbo ones are really cool. I've had some Kobe beef ones, or at least that's the claim. The claim is that they make them out of Wagyu, and those are pretty tasty. But these here are the Saugy Franks, and what I really like about them is the casing. The casing has this really nice snap when you bite into it. It has a nice crispy outside, and the flavor is really good as well. So now our hot dogs are ready. We're gonna go down, we're gonna get the Traeger fired up, we're gonna get these right on. Then we're gonna come up here and we're gonna get the stove going, and we're gonna make up this mac and cheese. Okay guys, so our Traeger's going, it's getting up to temp right now. You can set these on before it comes up to temp and let them come up to temp with the Traeger or your grill, whatever grill you're using. And what I do is I just kind of cradle them right between those grates like that. Just kind of keeps them in one spot and just helps them cook a little bit straighter. Okay guys, while our grill's coming up to temperature along with those hot dogs, we want to get our other ingredients together to make this mac and cheese. Now, I've got a pot of water on, it's coming up to temperature now, but I just want to take a look at this box right here and see what else we need, and see exactly what the directions say, because that's what we're going to do. Another point I want to make is that I've got the cheesy jalapeno here, but they make 2 other flavors too. They've got the flamin' hot, and then they have the regular. So you can just pick whatever you want. And like I said, I found this at Walmart for 96 cents a box. Really can't go wrong. And it's definitely worth trying. But if you flip the box over, these are the directions. So what you're gonna need per box is 2 tablespoons of butter or margarine. I will always use butter over margarine. 6 cups of water. That's kind of relative. You just need enough water to boil the pasta and get it tender. So I think they're just playing it safe by telling you to go with 6 cups of water. And then a 1/4 cup of milk. Obviously, once again, we're making 2 boxes of this. So I went with a full 1/2 cup of milk. And obviously, this is gonna be a 1/2 stick of butter to do both boxes of these. So we're gonna let this water get up to boiling, and then we're gonna knock this right out on the stovetop. And here we have this bag of the extra flamin' hot Cheetos. And what I'm gonna do with this is I'm gonna use this That's just a crunchy topping for this mac and cheese. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put it inside this little Ziploc bag here, and I'm just gonna break it up a little bit. I would say something like this consistency is probably good. Plus this one here. And if you always need more, it's not too hard to make. Okay, so we're right at a good boil, and now pasta goes in. And now we cook it till it's tender. Okay, you guys, pasta's looking pretty tender. Now it's time to drain. Now the next step is to throw this butter, this half stick. Remember, it's 2 tablespoons per every box, and we're doing 2 boxes, so we got 4 tablespoons here. Throw it right into the same pot that you boiled your pasta in, and get it completely melted according to the directions. It has to be completely liquefied. I'm gonna reduce the heat a little bit just so it doesn't burn. So now that our butter is completely melted, what I wanna do now is I wanna add the pasta back into this butter. We wanna get our milk in, and then we wanna get our cheese sauce packets in. That's 1, that's 2. I've got very tail end of a bag of sharp cheddar here, and I can't imagine it making it worse. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add that right into the mix. So now what it says to do is just mix everything up. We wanna get this all well incorporated. I gotta tell you, it smells pretty good. That looks pretty good to me. Okay guys, so I got this little cake pan here, and you can use whatever pan you like. These are just nice and easy. And I coated it with a little bit of cooking spray, and now what I wanna do is I wanna get this mac and cheese mixture right into this pan. I gotta tell you, it smells pretty good so far. And I'm really liking the way this pasta looks with the cheese sauce in there. Again, big kudos to Cheetos for using the spiral shaped pasta. Just really helps trap the cheese sauce on there. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get this nice and spread out. Now we're gonna top our mac and cheese with these crushed Cheetos. Okay, now we're ready for the grill. Okay guys, here we are, just set it on the Traeger. Hot dogs are starting to look good, they're starting to bust open. I'm gonna give them a flip. Oh yeah, look at that, that's beautiful. And we're really not gonna need too long here. We're really not gonna need too long. This is already hot, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna reduce the heat a little bit. I'm gonna jump down to 250, and I'm just gonna let it roll for about maybe 15-20 minutes. Okay guys, this is exactly what I wanna see here. Cheese is tightened up a little bit. Everything's looking really, really good. Hot dogs look great. They split right open. They got good color on them. You know they're gonna taste smoky and delicious. Now it's time to get this upstairs and give it a taste. Okay guys, we're back in the kitchen. First things first, we're gonna dress up this hot dog. And you can make these however you'd like, but me, I like a little sauerkraut. We'll start with that. I like to build layers of toppings. And I don't go too crazy with any of these because I wanna get a good balance of flavor. But if you're a big kraut fan, by all means, layer it on. Next, what we're gonna do is we're gonna come over a little bit of ketchup. Now, some of you out there might say that ketchup is a children's condiment. Spare me your hateful BS. Ketchup is amazing. Afterwards, we're coming over with some classic yellow mustard. And then to top it off, we're gonna sprinkle some of these green onions on there. Chopped green onions on there. And that's just a classic dog. Nice square this mac and cheese out of here. See how we're doing. Let's get this right up and out. Oh, look at that. Just because it's very important to have our greens, we're gonna come over with a little bit of this chopped parsley. That, and it just looks really nice when you present it. Okay guys, here we are. Soggy Frankfurters, extra flamin' hot Cheetos, and the cheesy jalapeno Cheetos mac and cheese. And this right here is what I call the Gutter Palate Special. Real fast, real easy. I'm gonna dive into this, but before I do, let me remove the unnecessary here. And just looks nice, you know? Now we'll do a quick run through of what we did. So the first thing we did was we got the Traeger fired up. You can run it right at 300, right at 350 degrees. You can use any grill to do this. The reason I use the Traeger is just because it cooks a little bit more evenly. So we got that fired up. We ran it right at 350. We put our cuts into our hot dogs. Got them right on the grill. We let them come up to temperature along with the grill. In the meantime, what we did was we got some water boiling on the stove. We added our pasta and we let that boil until it was tender. Once it was tender, we pulled it off, we strained it, and then we added 4 tablespoons of butter per the instructions on the back of the package for the mac and cheese. We got it all melted. Then we added a half a cup of milk. We added our pasta back in, and then our cheese sauce mix. And then after that, just because I had it and there was the very tail end of a bag of some shredded sharp cheddar, I tossed that in there too, just for some extra flavor. And then we crushed up some of the extra flaming hot Cheetos, and then we just made a little crumb top for the mac and cheese. And we tossed it right on the Traeger with our hot dogs, which, by the way, we're getting really close to being done, so I knocked the temperature down to about 250. Mac and cheese was already hot, and all I was just trying to do was just melt the additional cheddar cheese that I put on there and get some smoke flavor in there. That's all it was. Melt the additional cheese I put in and just get a little smoke flavor on it. It really isn't that much to it, guys. This is a really quick and easy one. Okay, so afterwards, what we did was we pulled everything off. If your hot dogs finish before your mac and cheese does, that's fine. Put your oven on low, the lowest it'll go, and just keep them warm in the oven. It's no big deal. Hot dogs are pretty forgiving. So afterwards, we plated everything up. We got some sauerkraut, we got some ketchup and mustard, and we got some chopped green onions on our hot dog, and then we got some chopped parsley on our mac and cheese. And now it's cool enough where I know it's not gonna burn the inside of my mouth, so I'm gonna go for it. I know this hot dog is gonna be delicious. This mac and cheese was the experiment here. So now I wanna see how this is, really. I'm gonna get a bite of this. Let's get some of these Cheetos here. I want to get the full flavor profile. I'll tell you what, guys. This really isn't all that bad. The Cheetos on top put a little bit of heat on the back end, and I don't mind that. Okay, but if heat's not your thing, just switch to something different. You don't even have to use Cheetos. You could use Italian breadcrumbs. You could use nothing at all. It really doesn't matter. But I gotta say that this really stays true to the flavor, you know, of the Cheetos snacks. It's cheesy, it's melty, it's cheddary, and you get that jalapeno taste to it. And I really like the pasta. Once again, I can't say that enough. Most boxed mac and cheese, they give you those little elbows. Cheese doesn't really stick to that all that well. But with this spiral pasta, it does a really great job of trapping that cheese sauce in there. I really like this. This isn't bad at all. For something quick and easy that costs 96 cents a box, I would say this is really good, you guys. And just a little FYI, this is a great family dish. You know, you have kids, or your kids are having a sleepover, birthday party, you know, or just hanging out. This is a great thing to whip together for the kids. Great thing to whip together for me too. So now I'm gonna go in here and I'm gonna go after this hot dog. And I used a brioche bun. I think that brioche just brings a lot more flavor to the game. Now I'm gonna give this a shot. Smoked soggy hot dog. You know this isn't gonna be bad. Flavor. Flavor. That hot dog picks up that smoke so well. It really takes in that smoke. And that's why I like putting those cuts in the hot dog. It just allows it to kind of blow open and expand and crack right open, lets the smoke get right in there. This is a really good hot dog. This is an awesome hot dog. The only downside to Saugy's, I wish they were bigger. I wish they were fatter. I wish they took up more of the space in this bun. But I gotta tell you, their flavor is on point, and their skin, their natural casings, totally on point. You get that nice crisp snap when you bite into them. You can't go wrong. You really can't. I'm going back in for more, guys. It's a win. Total win. Is it healthy? No. Does it take just a few minutes? Yes. Is it processed? For the most part. Is it cheap? Absolutely. Does it taste good? Yeah. That meets all 5 of my requirements to be the perfect Gutter Palate Special. This is great. Your kids are gonna love it. Your families are gonna love it. You can't go wrong with this recipe. You really cannot. Doesn't break the bank. Tastes really good. All that processed food. Something about processed food. That's just awesome. And guys, listen. This is a new cook for me. I've never made this. I mean, I made the hot dogs millions of times, but I've never made this mac and cheese like this. And I never thought in a million years that I'd be trying to do a box product on this channel. Just didn't think it was gonna happen. It was nice to do the hot dogs because I haven't done hot dogs yet on this channel. There'll be more coming down the pipe. There's a million different things you can do with hot dogs that are really, really fun. So you can hold your breath on that one because I'm telling you, they're coming. But I gotta tell you guys, overall, very, very pleased with the result of this little experiment. You do anything with it. You can get really creative with this recipe, and I'm really excited about it. Listen guys, if you like what you see here and you like what we're doing on this channel, give us a subscribe. Check us out on Instagram, check us out on Facebook, Twitter. We just got onto Parler. Don't have too much content on there yet, but it's coming. Thanks for hanging out with us today. We'll see you next time.